To understand the impact of MIECHV, you need to understand the generational cycle I was trying to break. I am the oldest of 17 children. Growing up, my family navigated homelessness, a devastating house fire, and a life in unsafe neighborhoods. My mother became a mom at 14 when she was pregnant with me and was absent by the time I turned 13. When my father was incarcerated, my young brothers were left alone to fight hunger and abandonment, and I had to step in as a caregiver once they moved in. In my neighborhood, poverty and trauma trapped families in cycles of instability, forcing children to take on adult responsibilities while many adults worked endlessly to survive and turned to drugs and alcohol to cope. I watched members of my family struggle with poverty, trauma, violence, and instability. My sister became a teen mother with little support. One of my brothers survived a gunshot wound while a cousin died beside him. Another brother was later murdered. But I was determined to build a different life. I became the first in my generation to graduate college. But when I became a parent or pregnant in 2022, the trauma of my past caught up to me. I entered the Nurse-Family Partnership program during my first trimester, overwhelmed by fear and anxiety after a previous miscarriage and hearing from family members throughout my life that I was only meant to be an aunt and never a mother myself. I was convinced something would go wrong. I experienced frequent panic attacks and questioned whether I could become a mother that I wanted to be. But everything changed when my nurse walked through my door. My nurse became a trusted partner during the most vulnerable period of my life. She provided medical guidance, emotional support, and practical tools that helped me navigate pregnancy and parenting with confidence. I was terrified of sudden infant death syndrome, or SIDS, but my nurse helped me learn a safe sleep practice and to trust myself as a parent. When I wanted to breastfeed but doubted whether I could, she taught me to advocate for myself in the hospital and helped me to reach my goal. She didn't tell me what to do. She taught me how to speak up and make informed decisions for me and my baby. My nurse also taught me how to access the right medical care at the right time, reducing unnecessary emergency room visits and saving both my family and the healthcare system money. In 2023, my brother was murdered in front of his children. The grief was overwhelming. I completely broke down and I wanted to drop out of my master's program. But my nurse met me where I was. She came to my home and sat with me as I sat in the dark, paralyzed. She gently reminded me that continuing my education wasn't about me. It was about creating opportunities for my son. Because of her continuous emotional coaching during my home visits, I earned my master's in social work. Later, when I faced financial challenges during a career transition, my nurse connected me to short-term resources that helped me stay on track professionally. Today, I work full-time as a therapist, helping others navigate trauma and adversity while raising a thriving son who's excelling in preschool. I also lead mentorship programs in my community, since every woman deserves the support that helped me change my life. The NFP nurses who supported me continue to live inside of me and shape how I parent, serve as a therapist, and advocate, and being mindful of joy in the chaos. We grow through praying, learning to hold multiple emotions at once. It is a vulnerable and honest way to live. My story is a reminder that resilience alone is not enough. Families possess incredible strength, determination, and love for their children. What they need is stable foundations that allow those strengths to flourish. MIECHV and everyone who supported this life-changing program gave me the resources to turn myself from an anxious, traumatized pregnant woman into a licensed professional, community advocate, and thriving mother. The investment made in me, my son, my family, and my community will continue to pay dividends. That is the power of MIECHV. I urge Congress to please continue to provide robust funding for home visiting and reauthorize MIECHV well before its expiration. By investing in parents during one of the most important periods of our lives, you are investing in healthier children, stronger families, communities, and brighter futures. I am living proof that this investment works. Thank you for the opportunity to share my story.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson. Appreciate that. We'll next recognize Ms. Longoria for your 5 minutes.
Good afternoon, Chairman LaHood, Ranking Member Davis, and members of the subcommittee. My name is Shawn Longoria. I'm the Parents as Teachers Program Director of Community Health Corps in Longview, Texas, where I have worked over 20 years. Community Health Corps provides mental, emotional, behavioral health services to residents in 23 counties across East Texas. Our professionals deliver treatment, prevention, and outreach to more than 16,000 individuals each year. We help children build resilience, adults live independently, and families grow healthier. Community Health Corps received one of the first MIECHV grants that brought Parents as Teachers to Gregg County in 2012. I oversaw that program startup and development and have since expanded to Harrison, Smith, and Bowie counties. We currently employ 12 parent educators who can partner with 240 families across the 4 counties. This number will expand to 260 when we hire for our current vacancy. Prior to the availability of the MIECHV-supported services, East Texas families had no access to this type of evidence-based support. It's exciting to report in 2026 that our Parents as Teachers program, along with 2 other MIECHV home visiting programs, work collaboratively to ensure families are connected to the model that best supports their needs. We selected the Parents as Teachers model for East Texas because it serves a broad population of families. Eligibility is linked to families having a child, prenatal through kindergarten entry, that can enroll at any point during that age span. Our parent educators partner with and support primary caregivers and welcome other family members to participate. We find there's no typical family. We have worked with mothers, fathers, step-parents, grandparents, foster parents, and more. Ideally, our goal is to partner with a family for at least 2 years. The PAT model has 4 interrelated parts. First, personal visits from parent educators focus on supporting child development and family interactions, which are designed to strengthen resilience, identify stressors, and find community resources if needed. Second, health and developmental screenings provide an opportunity for families to get real-time data about their child development, including strengths, areas for growth, and any specific concerns. Third, resource referrals connect families, community organizations, and other programs. In East Texas, these can include food banks, shelter, mental health services, early intervention services for children with disabilities, veteran services, and more. Fourth, group connections, which helps families to connect with each other and build, expand, and strengthen their social supports